So it's been a couple of weeks since we did our last video. I've been starting to work on the AE86, as you can see. I've done 90% of the panel work. This car has been a 5-year project, on and off. Haven't really done much with it for a while. Keeping getting distracted with the Celica and the crown and whatever else. But this is my main project that I've had for a while now, and you can see the engine and stuff that I've done. And just had to do a bit of clearance on the guards because I'm running a semi-slick Nankang AR1 195 tyre, and it was catching on the inside of the lip on here. So I got a really awesome guard roller. It was like 56 bucks on eBay. It wasn't very good quality, but it does the job, and if it breaks, which it will, I'll just have to weld it up and fix it again. But I'm not really going to do too many guards, but it did the job and folded the lip away, which is good. So I can finish off the panel work. These guards are pretty good. The car actually come in this color. It's a Ford blue. The whole car was resprayed in it before I bought it. It was done back in 2007, but it had heaps of rust on the car, and I had to cut all the rust out. And by the time I'd done all that, I pretty much have to respray the whole car, which is fine. I just picked up my spray gun. I got it from Japan, Ernest Iwata W400. So it's a mid-range spray gun, just for a hobbyist. I've never used a decent gun before, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, we got some stuff to do now. I'm probably going to do the jams, paint the jams first, and the back side of the doors and the hatch in base coat and clear, and we'll let that set for a week, and then we'll do the exterior, which is what I've seen most people do online. The Gunman is a good guy on YouTube to look at with this kind of stuff if you're interested. So after that, when the paint's all done, which will still be a couple of weeks away, then we're on to the interior. So I haven't really done much videoing in this car because I've only just started doing my videos, and there's a lot of work going into this car. So it's taken a long time, and everything has been touched on this thing. There's not one bolt that I have not fiddled with or pulled off this car. So the only original part on this car is the shell. Everything is different. The struts, the diff, the brakes, the engine, the gearbox. Yeah, it's pretty full on. Half the loom is all Nissan for the engine and air conditioning and everything. So this car had factory air conditioning, and it's all refurbished and going back in. It's going to be a full street car. It's going to have air conditioning and full interior, none of the stripped out business, so I can drive it to work, drive it on a Sunday, drive it to the track, fully registered, everything. I'm getting too old for all that stripped out business. That's what the Celica is for. That's my fun car, and this is still going to go to the track, but it's not going to go anywhere near some walls, concrete walls. It's spent too much time fixing it up. So the reason why it doesn't have a Nissan 6-speed box that comes with the 350Z motors is they cost too much money in Australia. Probably, well, they're a bit cheaper now, but when I first bought the engine, they were about $3,000 for a decent one. But the other reason why is the transmission tunnel in these isn't that big, and I would have had to cut the whole transmission tunnel out to fit a 6-speed Nissan gearbox, and I just was not going to do that. So the gearbox is out of a Supra, and I've cut and shut Nissan bell housing and Supra bell housing, got it all aligned and welded it together, and it's an easily replaceable gearbox, and I didn't have to chop the tunnel, surprisingly. So it's a good, decent Toyota gearbox. Not as strong as the 6-speed, but it's still pretty good. So I'm happy with that, and it cost me 300 bucks as well, so it's a lot cheaper. And we'll try and set up some cameras of sorts when I'm doing the painting. Somehow I'm going to paint it in the garage. I've got to tape it all off with plastic and get a fan and everything, so it blows all the overspray out of the shed and doesn't land back on the car. This is the first full respray I've done. I've done a few engine bays before, but not a full car. It's a lot cheaper doing it this way, and if I make a mistake, I can always do it again. You know, to take this thing to a shop as it is, 90% prepped, it's still going to cost me like $3,000 or $4,000 plus painting materials for someone else to do it. And I was like, I will buy a half decent gun, which I have now. I get all my paint through work, and it's going to cost me probably $1,000 at the most. So we'll give it a go, and we'll probably learn something on the way too. So, but that's it for this car. Bit of a shorter video for you, but I'm just trying to get my panel work done quickly so we can get to the paint, because panel work is boring. Painting is cool, but the painting is like 5% of the whole body work. It's the quick bit at the end, but the bit everyone wants to see. So I'm trying to get to that as quick as I can, but I need to make all my panel work nice enough to paint over. So bear with me, and next video hopefully there'll be some color on this thing. So thanks for watching. See ya.